Question 25, Part A. 5 men and 3 women are living on an island, but not all will be able to stay. Part 1. If one person is selected at random, what is the probability that this person is female? There are 5 men and 3 women on the island, so there are 8 people in total. So out of the 8 people, 3 are female. Hence, the probability that the first person chosen is female is 3 over 8, or 37.5%. Part 2. 2 people are to be randomly selected to leave the island. 1. Copy the tree diagram into your writing booklet and complete the diagram by writing the probabilities on all the branches. And 2. Calculate the probability that the selection includes exactly 1 female. Note that this is an example of selection without replacement. In other words, the outcome of the second selection is affected by the outcome of the first selection, since the number of people on the island is reduced by 1 after the first selection. So let's consider the first selection. The probability of a female being chosen is 3 out of 8, and the probability that a male is chosen is 5 out of 8. So after the first selection, the number of people on the island is now 7. That's why the denominators of these fractions here are 7. So if the first person chosen is female, then the probability that the second person chosen is female is 2 out of 7, and the probability that the second person chosen is male is 5 out of 7, since there are 5 males still left on the island. And if the first person chosen is male, then the second person chosen being female, the probability of that occurring is 3 out of 7, and the second person chosen being male, the probability of that occurring is 4 out of 7. So to get the probabilities of the 4 possible outcomes, that is female, 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 male, male, female, male, male, we get that by multiplying from one end of the tree to the other, or multiplying through the branches. So the probability of female chosen then another female chosen is 3 out of 8 times 2 out of 7, which is 3 over 28. The probability of female chosen then male chosen is 15 out of 56. The probability that a male is chosen then a female is chosen is 15 out of 56. And the probability of a male being chosen and then another male being chosen is 5 out of 14. So the probability that exactly 1 female is chosen is equal to the probability that a female is chosen then a male is chosen, plus the probability that a male is chosen then a female is chosen. So that's these two outcomes. So that's equal to 15 out of 56 plus 15 out of 56, which equals 15 out of 28. Part 3. Antoinette is one of the women on the island. Before the 2 people are randomly selected to leave, Antoinette calculates her chance of remaining on the island. She concludes that she has a good chance of remaining. Do you agree? Justify your answer. Consider the first selection. In the first selection, there are 8 people to choose from, of which one of those 8 people is Antoinette. So the probability that Antoinette is not chosen is 7 out of 8. So let's assume in the first selection that someone else was chosen and Antoinette has remained on the island. So let's consider the second selection. There are 7 people on the island, of which one of those people is Antoinette. So the probability that Antoinette is not chosen in the second selection is 6 out of 8. So the probability that Antoinette is not chosen in both selections is found by multiplying these 2 probabilities together. And that equals 7 over 8 times 6 over 7, which equals 3 over 4, or 75%. Therefore, Antoinette has a good chance of remaining on the island.